what I just played over there is a blues. It's a blues in C minor. So it's pretty straightforward. It's got 3 chords in it. It's got the C minor, it's got an F minor, and then it's got a little turn on the 5 chord, and that's our G minor. So, how do we tie up these chord tones? So the first thing I'm going to do is just put on this track. I'll demonstrate what playing the chord tones is. So when we're going to different chords, I'm trying to land on the notes that are in that chord. Quickly, let's talk about chords and kind of what they're made up of. So chords are made up of 3 notes. We've got our root, we've got our third, and we've got our fifth. If we tie at these chord tones, when we land on a particular chord, that's going to sound great. And the reason being is because it's in the chord. So rather than playing something over the chord, we are playing the chord. For example, on the C minor, if we land on that C, it's going to sound great. But anyway, how do we actually go about applying this to our playing? Because at first it seems like it's a lot of thought, but a great way of doing this to make it easier is to remember little triad shapes. So triads are just like 3-note chords. So it's got all the notes of these chords in. So what we can do is, for example, if we want to land on the note of C minor when it goes to that C minor chord, we can play this C minor triad. We play any of these notes individually, and we'll get the chord change. And what we can do with that is we can play completely freely and just mess around with our, even just our pentatonic scale. And then just land on that with when the chord lands in the progression. So you can play anything you want, but when it actually lands on the chord, try and play the chord tones. So if I put on our button track, so we'll let it go around. And wait for our C. Land on us that triad, we're sticking the landing really well. Do that there. So we got our E flat, and we got our C. So we're landing on them notes with the chord change, it's going to sound great. And now we can do this with the other chords in the progression as well. So we can find our F minor triad somewhere. So do the same shape, but on our 10th fret. And we can also do that when we land on the F chord. And then we can do the same thing with the G as well. So we go 2 frets up, we go our G shape. So we can just play freely, and as long as we land on these triads, when that chord pops up in the progression, we'll be fine. That's almost like a little cheat way of like playing the chord tones, because the important thing with it is just landing on them with the chord change. So when it hits that chord, hit the notes in that triad, essentially. So I'm just going to stick the track on again. I'll take a 12 bars and I'll let you take another 12 bars. And I'll just kind of hopefully be able to demonstrate this idea. So just try and land on them triads when we hit the chord. So ready with your C minor triad? Any of them 3 notes. So now F minor's coming up, so we're going to try and land on any of them F minor notes. There's our C minor back. Now ready for that 5 chord? The G minor's coming up. So any of them notes on the G minor triad. And now F's coming back around. Our C minor, you can play freely. Whatever you want, but ready for the C minor coming back now. Try and land on the notes of these triads when that chord comes up. Just focus on playing the triads when the chord comes up, and then just playing what you want at any other time. And that's a great way of getting into playing the chord tones. And then once you've got that down, it can be expanded on, but it's a great little introduction into this idea.